Alright, second stride, Harri is here along with Leo Morta support, so let's begin. Starting out with Leo Morta, we got Swordman of Twin Saint Ishtar, which is a grade 1 with K-Power and the skill is Auto Backward Rearguard. When your other rearguard in the same column as this unit is bound by the ability of your at least grade 3 Vanguard Leo, stand this unit. If you guys don't remember, Leo's playstyle binds your own rearguards in mid-battle so you can superior call the same unit. So you're going to get that bound regardless, and gain the extra restand boost is just very helpful. It's also nice that this is not once per turn because Leo's divine skill lets you superior write a copy of herself and you can play the bind skill again. So it's possible to do this twice a turn. Next, Knight of Bursting Sky Pernestra, which is a grade 2 with Tinker Power and the skill is Count Rearguard. During your turn, if your bind zone has the same card name as this unit plus 5k, which is of course doable with Leo, but the second skill is also makes it doable where Auto Rearguard, when you have at least a grade 3 Vanguard Leo and its place, cost Energy Blast 3, bind this unit and draw a card. aka mainly during divine skill or 2 when you perform your ride or persona ride, which can be kinda nice for the early game setup by the way. And now to a card that actually can help Leo is Sequence Wizard, which is a grade 2 at Tinker Power and the skill is Auto. When placed on rearguard during the main phase, if you have at least a grade 3 Leo Vanguard, cost counterblast 1, look top 5 cards of your deck to choose up to 1 grade 3 or less card from among them and call it to rearguard and shuffle your deck. Once again, it's another cater that calls from the top 5 for the archetype that it's supposed to be at, and in this case for Leo, which is of course could be very helpful since Leo does need rearguards. With the second skill, Auto Rearguard, when your other rearguard is bound by your Vanguard's ability, this card gets us 5k power and you may soul charge 1. Very helpful since Leo does need the soul, and also it's not once per turn, so if you do play divine skill, you can do this twice. Just overall a must run for the deck because you do need that plus and soul. And now to the new Harri cards, we start off with Dark Side Princess, which is a grade 2 with Tinker Power and the skills Auto Rearguard. At the end of this card attack, you may put this to soul, which is of course going to be very helpful, especially to set up your soul to get another call, especially since this will be a call target thanks to the second skill of Auto Generation Break 1. When placed from rearguard from soul, if you have at least a grade 3 Vanguard Harri, this unit gets us 10k power in turn, and if you have at least 2 face cards in the G zone, 15k instead. So basically it's a stack beater, and over time it's going to get even bigger because of the crest, plus along with your generation break count, and it also sets itself up in soul without any restriction. So definitely good in the deck overall. And now we go to Dragon Masquerade Harri, which of course is like every other stride with the same power and grade with the Persona Stride stats, and the skill is Auto Magia. Vanguard Generation Break 2, when this card attacks a Vanguard, calls counterblast 1, put 2 of your rearguards to soul, and then choose 2 cards with different names for soul and call them to rearguard, and then choose 2 of your opponent's rearguards and put them to soul, and then at the end of the turn, put those units back to soul. Basically, it's a parallel to Nightrose where you lose 2 units and then call back 2 units at the same area where you're putting them at. The only difference is that this one doesn't gain extra power or the extra crit pressure that the Nightrose does, but considering that you do have some extra cards for extra combos like the grade 3 stride card that will let you do an extra attack, you can actually get 6 attacks in this deck instead of 5 from Nightrose. And also you can remove your opponent's rear guards, even though it's depending on deck, it could actually hurt you since you're putting 2 cards to soul. But I do have to say overall it's not too bad. It does enable multi-attack, but if you compare this with Nightrose, of course the Nightrose is better. But with the other support, this might actually be a little more devastating. But in that, there's really not much to say about it other than just basically the same thing with multi-attack but less pressuring. And also there's no grade restriction like Nightrose. And so that's it for this with the Dragon Masquerade Harri along with the Leo Morta support. What do you guys think of it? Leo Morta just needs support, and also I'm just glad the character who plays it is actually still existing. Well, the second stride Harri is just cool. Of course it does multi-attack like many people want to ask, and basically it's a parallel to Nightrose, arguably worse if it wasn't for the support cards. But other than that, there's really not much to say. But other than that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.